The police also noticed the faint smell of decomposing flesh. They found the source in the ballroom.
John Emil List was born on September 17, 1925, in Bay City, Michigan, to German immigrant parents. He grew up in a strict household where discipline was paramount, especially under the watchful eye of his father, who believed in tough love. John's childhood was marked by a rigid routine and high expectations, shaping his worldview and influencing his future actions. After graduating from high school, List enlisted in the U.S. Army during World War II, serving as a laboratory technician. During his military service, he developed an interest in accounting and finance, which would later become his chosen career path. Following the war, List attended the University of Michigan, where he studied business administration and accounting. In 1951, List married Helen Morris Taylor, a widow with a young daughter named Brenda. The couple settled in Detroit, where List began his career in accounting. Over the years, they had 3 children together, Patricia, Frederick, and John Jr. Despite his efforts to provide for his family, List struggled to maintain steady employment, often moving from job to job due to layoffs or dissatisfaction with his positions. The List family moved frequently, residing in several states, including Michigan, New York, and New Jersey. Despite their financial instability, List maintained a facade of affluence, projecting an image of success to the outside world. He insisted on living in upscale neighborhoods and sent his children to private schools, even when money was tight. In 1965, List's mother, Alma, came to live with the family after the death of her husband. Alma's presence added to the household's financial strain, as List struggled to support his own family while caring for his elderly mother. Despite the challenges, List remained dedicated to his family and his responsibilities as a husband and father. By the early 1970s, List's financial situation had deteriorated significantly. He was deeply in debt, facing foreclosure on his home, and unable to find stable employment. Desperate to maintain his reputation and provide for his family, List concocted a plan to save his loved ones from the impending shame and financial ruin. On the morning of November 9, 1971, List put his plan into action. He meticulously prepared for the murders, ensuring that his family was unaware of his intentions. Armed with a 9mm Steyr handgun, List first shot and killed his wife, Helen, as she sipped her morning coffee in the kitchen. He then went upstairs and murdered his mother, Alma, who was in her room. List proceeded to his children's rooms, one by one, shooting each of them as they slept. He shot 16-year-old Patricia, 13-year-old Frederick, and 15-year-old John Jr. He carefully arranged their bodies on sleeping bags in the mansion's ballroom, covering them with blankets and turning down the thermostat to slow decomposition. After committing the murders, List left a note to his pastor, explaining his actions as a means to save his family's souls from the corrupting influence of the world.
I know that what has been done is wrong. I'm sure many will say, how can anyone do such a horrible thing? Mother is in the hallway in the attic. She was too heavy to move.
He also stopped by the bank to close his accounts and post-dated his mortgage payments to buy himself more time. Then he vanished, leaving behind a meticulously staged crime scene. Weeks passed before the bodies of the List family were discovered. Neighbors became concerned after noticing that the lights at the mansion remained on, and the family had not been seen for weeks. When authorities entered the home on December 7, 1971, they were met with a horrifying scene. The bodies of Helen, Alma, Patricia, Frederick, and John Jr. lay in the ballroom, covered in blankets. Despite a nationwide manhunt, List managed to evade capture for nearly 18 years. During his time on the run, he assumed a new identity, living under the name Robert Clark. He moved to Denver, Colorado, where he remarried and started a new life, working as an accountant and attending church regularly. In 1989, List's past caught up with him when a segment about his case aired on the television show America's Most Wanted.
Despite Frank Bender to add 18 years to the face of John List.
If we were successful in getting the List case aired, someone out there would recognize him and would make that telephone call.
The broadcast generated. List was extradited to New Jersey, where he stood trial for the murders of his family. His trial captivated the nation as details of his meticulously planned crimes were revealed. In 1990, List was found guilty of 5 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to 5 consecutive life terms in prison. He spent the remainder of his life behind bars, never showing remorse for his actions. John List died in prison on March 21, 2008, at the age of 82. His case continues to fascinate and horrify people, sparking discussions about mental health, family dynamics, and the lengths to which a person can go to maintain a facade of normalcy. The tragic story of the List family serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of the human mind and the devastating consequences of unchecked desperation. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more videos.